Hey, YouTube family, get ready for a serious dose of excitement because we're about to dive into 2 job opportunities that could be your ideal career match. So let's take a look at what's on the board for today. Our first up is Cedar, and Cedar is a high-growth healthcare company on a mission to make healthcare more affordable and accessible through data science and smart product design. Cedar is seeking a meticulous and customer-focused service center quality analyst to join their team. And so here on Cedar's webpage, we get an opportunity to meet the co-founder and executive officer, Florian Otto, and the technical co-founder, Aurel Lido. Below that, we have some other senior leadership team members, names and different information, little excerpts of information about each one of them. I encourage you to review that. And working with Cedar, they're team-oriented, high-growth, and mission-led. They bring together a deep understanding of data science, technology, experience, and design to solve important healthcare problems in a unique way. Their team includes a diverse group of talent, problem solvers, and change makers who are building something transformational. And if you thrive when pushing boundaries, moving mountains, and challenging the status quo, you'll find your place here at Cedar. Some of the advisors to the Cedar company are listed here as well as some of the venture capital investors who believe in Cedar's mission. So let's take a look at their careers. We see that Cedar has several open roles to include software engineers, staff software engineer, openings in sales, product on the product team and client solutions, and then servicing and support. And the role that caught my eye was the Service Center Quality Analyst. In this role, although it's customer service, you won't be taking calls. You'll be actually grading those calls. So in this particular role, as the Service Center Quality Analyst, you'll play a crucial role in monitoring and evaluating Cedar's customer service interactions to ensure the highest quality standards and patient experience. Any healthcare expertise that you have and passion for training and development will be key in helping Cedar deliver exceptional service. The responsibilities for this role: monitor and score inbound calls, chats, and emails against quality standards, review and score customer issue tickets to ensure resolution quality, participate in calibration sessions and creation of communication tools, communicate business goals, quality standards and procedures to team members, ensure that team members adhere to the quality standards and standard operating procedures, conduct training sessions and provide feedback on performance, develop action plans to improve call quality, and provide regular reports on key metrics like quality, productivity, and availability. The required skills and experience: prior experience in the healthcare industry. As we see in that line item, it does not have a marker for a specific number of years or length of time. So keep that in mind. So don't let that discourage you. Experience in training, policy development, auditing, and call center management. Proficiency in electronic medical systems. That could be like a Epic. It could be Athena. All of those types of systems manage electronic medical records or electronic healthcare records. Excellent verbal and written communication skills, strong problem solving and critical thinking skills. And if by chance you speak Spanish, Cedar is letting us know this is their wish list. It is not required, but if you speak Spanish, that's great. The job has a compensation range of $46,750 up to $55,000 per year. This particular role has been identified as a role that will receive an equity grant, and that's huge. That builds generational wealth. And the role offers competitive benefits and a wellness package. So let's go down here as to what Cedar will offer the ideal candidate. For exempt employees, unlimited PTO for vacation, sick and health mental days as well. Cedar encourages everyone to take at least 20 days of PTO per year to ensure dedicated time to spend with loved ones, explore, rest, and recharge. And that's encouraging. 16 weeks of paid parental leave with health benefits for all parents, plus flexible re-entry schedules for returning to work. They have several support groups available at Cedar. competitive pay equity for qualifying roles, and we've identified this is a qualifying role, as well as health benefits that start on the first of the month following your start date. What that means is you start February 15th, your benefits begin March 1. However, if you start February 1st, your benefits begin on February 1st. So keep that in mind. There's a 100% match of your 401k contributions up to 3% of your annual compensation. And they have mentorship as well as employee and management coaching, team discretionary budget for learning and development resources that will help you grow professionally and personally. Cedar is a startup organization. We see that it was founded in 2016, and it was after a negative medical billing experience that inspired Florian and RL to partner in this particular venture. And so over the past several years, Cedar has raised more than $350 million in funding from investors, and they name their investors there. And then as of 2023, Cedar is engaging with 25 million patients on an annualized basis and is on target to process $2.6 billion in patient payments annually. So that's huge. As we scroll down to the application, as in many of my previous videos, we see that this is a more simplified application. So you have a couple choices here. You can take the time to submit for this particular job if you're interested by applying with your LinkedIn profile, or you can manually complete it. First name, last name, email, phone, your city that you reside in, attach your resume. And as I've been encouraging you all to do, please, I encourage you again in this particular video, attach your cover letter. It gives the employer an opportunity to know a little bit more about you before they make that phone call out to you to schedule that interview. It asks for your pronouns, and if they're not coupled in this particular list and you have different pronouns, they welcome that you enter them there in this space. They do want your LinkedIn profile URL, so that is required. We see that red asterisk. They want to know how you heard about the company. And Cedar offers flexible work environment. So this job is fully remote, but there is a hybrid arrangement if you so choose. And there's an in-office arrangement if you so choose. So they do give you an opportunity to choose here what location you would be interested in. So if you're in the NYC area or the San Francisco Bay Area, they have locations that you could actually come into the office and work. And then we have voluntary self-identification. So these areas are not required. If you want to enter your gender, and if you're Hispanic or Latino, you're welcome to enter that information there. And then your veteran status, also voluntary. And then our final question is about you having a disability. If you care to disclose that information and you're comfortable, I encourage you to do so. If not, it's not required. And then from there, you'd submit your application. What I like about Cedar that sets them apart from some of the other companies that I've showcased for you is that they actually tell you about the interviewing process. So let's check that out. So they have a video here available for you to peruse at your leisure about their interviewing process. You could watch it here on screen, or you could watch it on YouTube, whichever you so desire. But what it's telling you is that the first step is Recruiter Connect. Connect with a recruiter for initial recruiter screen to discuss role specifics and team specifics, as well as gain insight into the company culture. From there, it's a role-specific interview. In this stage, which is usually the second stage, you'll experience a technical assessment, case studies, or other forms of assessments depending upon the role and the team you're applying for. And then finally, the final interviews will either be on-site or virtual, depending upon your location. In the final interview, you can expect to have a values-based interview, an additional technical or cross-functional assessment, depending on the role you're applying for. An internal debrief will take place after every interview to determine the final steps in the process. I think that's really a nice twist to put on their application process so you know what to expect. So let's take a look at how employees feel about working at Cedar and check the sentiment. So the reviews on Glassdoor encompasses 149 independent opinions. Here we see that the overall sentiment about working at Cedar is 4.5. That's well above half, almost perfect. And that's really encouraging. 89% of the employees working there would recommend it to a friend, and 94% approve of the CEO. That's outstanding. So, the top review, some of the pros are the people are great, transparent leadership. And the cons, many of the team members are online in the evenings, even in the middle of the night, to get their work done and keep up with the demand. They have information of ratings by demographics. I encourage you to review all of these particular areas if you have an interest. And here our first review is a 5-star impactful work every day. So the pro, person feels like they're able to make a direct impact on a daily basis, both internally and externally, which is not something they've experienced. And then cons, sometimes too lean when it comes to budget for things that the individual would like to implement. So, although this is an anonymous review, this tells me that this individual has some tie to management. Anytime that a person has access to a budget, there's some type of management hierarchy that they work in. Our second review is from a VP of Client Success, mission driven company with a bright future. It's a 5-star. Cedar is truly an amazing company to work for. From day one, they were impressed by the culture of innovation and the collaboration. The cons indicates honestly, it's difficult to think of any significant cons. Like any fast growing company, there are occasional challenges and areas of opportunity. So I encourage you to take a look here at Glassdoor, take a look at Indeed, take a look at Comparably. Do your research, dig in, find out what's going on with the culture. This gives you some idea of what's happening behind the closed doors. Get those interview questions prepared. I can tell you one of the interview questions that I've always asked is, what keeps you up at night? And it's not really about the response that I get to that question as much as it is the body language that comes along with it or the facial expression. The other question that I always keep on tap is, what keeps you here? And again, it's not so much about the answer, it's about how prepared the interviewer is to answer that question and how swiftly they do so. So those are just two interview question tips that I'm giving out today. There'll be more to come as I do more videos, and I'm going to actually begin doing some live recordings on some various topics, helping you reach your goal of finding that perfect remote position for you. So, if this opportunity resonates with you, I encourage you to apply. Don't let any of the prerequisites discourage you. Although, in this particular position or role with Cedar, there's not many prerequisites. Again, I think it's an added plus that it's not asking for a determined amount of years or months of experience in healthcare. So, that actually is a benefit to you. So, if you've got 3 months or 90 days or 6 months worth of healthcare of experience, they're willing to accept that. So check out this role, check out the other open roles that are there if you have some interest. And with that said, we're going to move over to our next opportunity, number 2, with Coterie. Coterie is an insurance carrier catering to small businesses that writes policies for personal lines, general liability, and business owners. Coterie is a business insurance startup on a mission to reshape the $200 billion plus insurance market with flexible term policies. Coterie is seeking a detail oriented and customer focused claims experience specialist to join their team. So here we see on their website, they have some of the reviews from some of their policyholders and agents. Coterie partners with agents and brokers, digital partners, as well as small businesses. So they have a icon here or button that you can press if you want to know more about becoming an agent. If you're already an agent and you're not writing exclusively, this may be something that you have an interest in. So let's take a look at their careers. So you can join their team of innovators and doers at Coterie. They're on a mission to empower business owners and professionals. Here, the site talks about how they hire, how Coterie works together, how Coterie empowers their teams, and how Coterie supports their team. Coterie's core values are intelligence, passion, integrity, and humility. The benefits that Coterie offers is a national remote workforce, flexible schedules, unlimited PTO, 100% paid healthcare coverage, an annual education stipend, and a core coaching program. Leadership development, parental leave, and a 4% match 401k vested immediately. That means if you are hired with Coterie, day one of your hire, you are vested in their 401k 100%. So if you leave 5 months later, the money that you've put in and the money that Coterie has put in, you take with you. Coterie offers their DEI statement. And as we can see here, it is a diversified group. That's encouraging. And so the careers at Coterie, I found amongst this page is the claims experience specialist. So as a claims experience specialist, you'll play a vital role in supporting Coterie's claim handling process. You'll have strong communication skills, technical expertise, and a passion for customer service. And those qualifications will be key in ensuring a smooth and positive experience for Coterie's policyholders and stakeholders. The responsibilities of the role: assist with processing insurance claims, including data entry and file management, serve as the primary point of contact for claims-related inquiries from policyholders, agents, and claimants, provide initial triage and assessment of incoming claims, escalating urgent issues as needed, coordinating and processing claims payments, ensuring timely and accurate communication with claimants, facilitating data requests and updates to claim files, ensuring accuracy and completeness, maintaining organized and up-to-date records of claims-related documentation and transactions, and assisting with administrative tasks related to claims processing and participating in relevant team meetings. So the requirements of the role: an adjuster's license is required, a bachelor's degree in business administration, finance, or related field is preferred. It is not required, or equivalent experience in the insurance industry. So, in lieu of a degree, Coterie is willing to accept equivalent experience in the insurance industry. An adjuster's license is also required. If someone reaches out to you for this role, I would inquire if that adjuster's license is required before accepting the role, or can it be acquired within a certain number of months of accepting the role? And will Coterie offer any funding or support in acquiring your adjuster's license? And that can be very beneficial to you for in terms of your future career. So acquiring an adjuster's license can open up many doors. You may start in this role as a claims experience specialist, but however, you could take that adjuster's license if you decided to leave the company and go into more of a claims consultant role, a claims adjusting role. And then as you tier up into those particular types of roles, then you can also expect appropriate pay increases. Prior experience in an administrative, customer service, or adjusting role, preferably with a TPA or insurance related industry. Strong communication skills, both verbal and written, with the ability to effectively interact with internal and external stakeholders. Detail oriented with excellent organizational and time management skills. Proficiency in using Microsoft Office applications and claims management systems. Ability to work independently and collaboratively in a fast paced environment. And a willingness to learn and adapt to new processes and and a willingness to learn and adapt to new processes and technologies. What does Coterie expect? Coterie outlines their hiring process, which I really like, so that we know what to expect. Phase one, qualified candidates will first meet with HR for a phone interview. This discussion is high-level conversation to understand more about the individual's background, which is you, and interest, and for Coterie to share more about the company and the position. Phase two, selected candidates will then meet with the hiring manager for the second interview via Teams video. And that interview is designed to be more detail oriented and allows you to learn more about the role. Phase three, top candidates will receive an invite for their final interview series via Teams video. This series will include an experiential exercise project provided in advance, the one-to-one interviews with selected team members, and a culture-focused interview. The final series is roughly 1.5 to 3 hours in totality, but can be scheduled over a few days for flexibility. What does Coterie have to offer? 100% remote health insurance through Aetna, and Coterie pays 100% of the premiums. Dental and vision insurance through Guardian, and that dental and vision is 100% covered by the company. Basic life insurance, Coterie pays 100% of the premiums. Access to flexible spending account, FSA, or health savings account for those using the high deductible health plans. Those tied the high deductible health plan and the HSA coincide. They're in lockstep together. 401k plan with up to 4% match with vesting day one, unlimited PTO and company paid holidays, a continuing education stipend, and a culture with a deep belief in intentionality, inclusion, and treating you like the professional you are. Formalized universal mentorship via Coterie Core Coaching Program. The salary range for this position is estimated between 53,000 to 60,000 based on national data. Candidates who meet all the minimum requirements and possess additional relevant experience, and this is important, as outlined in the job description, may be considered for a salary above the midpoint of the specified salary range. So, in my previous videos, I said your negotiations should always begin at the midpoint. It should never begin at the lower end. It shouldn't be at the extreme high end, and it should not be at the low end. Take the time to look at salary.com and look at where the midpoint is for this kind of role in your geographical area. And that's typically where the negotiations will start. So the salary is based on internal equity, internal salary ranges, market data ranges, applicant skills, prior relevant experience, degrees, and certifications. So let's take a look at the application. We have a more simplified application experience. And so we have our first name, last name, email. We enter our pronouns. It does ask for your current company, the city location of that particular current company. Your LinkedIn profile, if you choose to provide it, is not required for this particular role. Your resume, you could copy and paste that here, and your cover letter. I do encourage you to have a cover letter and tell a little bit about yourself, and that's your chance to really just shine and showcase the best you in your cover letter. They want to know if you'll require any kind of sponsorship. And then for remote positions, employees must be located within the U.S. And so they want to know if you're currently residing in the United States. They have one question here. They want you to check out their website and tell them which of the core values listed on the careers page that we looked at earlier resonates with you the most and why. They're asking you to confirm your salary preferences. If you're asking for more salary than the range that we've went over today in this video, I encourage you to be transparent and put that down. If you don't tell them, they don't know. And if also it kind of clears the air for you, and it frees up your time as well as the potential employer's time if you all can't seem to agree to a happy medium on the salary. They want to know, do you have an active adjuster's license? And if so, please include the type and the license numbers. They want to know, have you ever been employed with the company in the past? And they have a nepotism policy that prevents them from hiring candidates where there may be conflicts of interest. So please confirm if you're a family member or significant other of a current employee. I encourage you to be extremely transparent in that particular question. And then the EEO1 question, they want to know your gender, identify your race, and if you're Hispanic or Latino, your veteran status, and then if you have a disability is the question that they have here for you to answer. And from there, you will click apply here at the bottom, and your application will be submitted for this role. For this particular role, I'm doing something a little bit different. And at Coterie Insurance, I actually pulled the data or the information pertaining to the interview difficulty just to kind of get a feel of how individuals felt about interviewing there. So we see that it's a 2.5, and that encompasses two reviews. It says interview experience, not enough data, interview difficulty, difficult, and the interview length process to based on one interview about a week. Now, as with any set of information or data you receive, not so much data, but information in terms of reviews, it is relative. And so we have to consider the individual that is interviewing that deems it difficult. We have to look at position level, and also that particular individual's experience, length of experience with interviewing as a whole. But I just wanted to kind of capture this and bring this to your attention. Although there's not much here, I just wanted to showcase what type of information you could find on Indeed to help you in your remote work search journey, in terms of finding out the sentiment and the climate of the company and if it's something that you want to be a part of. This particular role resonates with you. I would encourage you to apply for the Claims Experience Specialist. Hopefully, you're watching the whole video because I've given some tips in regards to one of the requirements for the job, and that's the adjuster's license. You definitely want to inquire if that adjuster's license do you already need to have it, or can you obtain it within a certain closed time period of accepting the role? Well, YouTube family, that's it for these two roles. I have another video that will be coming out later this evening that will have an additional. Well, YouTube family, that's it for these two roles. Stay tuned as I have a third video coming with some additional roles. I had so many that I found this week that were paying well in salary and just really good benefits, and I wanted to get these to you as soon as possible. If you're as excited as I am about these opportunities, it's time to take action. So head to the links in my description box to apply and start your journey. In the meantime, be kind, keep it positive, and we'll see you in the next video.